Great. Okay, so it's the chair class. So we'll start a couple of things to keep in mind. If you got any pain going on, you feel pain, or during the practice you sense pain, and the pain is, whatever pain is for you, but go easy on yourself. And if something hurts you, or you feel pain when you're doing one of these or some of these movements and postures, then just kind of ease back, sit back in the chair, relax, and just breathe. Some people live with chronic pain, and it's just never goes away, which is a very unfortunate thing. And I'm fortunate enough to not have that going on in my body. And pain is not just up here. Pain is real. I mean, you feel pain and you feel real pain. So, but just kind of take it easy on yourself if you experience pain during the practice. Remember that we move to sensation. We don't move to agony. So if you're in a situation where you're holding your breath, you're maybe going a little bit too far. So a place to think about being in these poses is to where you can hold that pose without straining or really straining yourself for 5 long deep breaths. That's kind of a gauge. So if you're beyond that, then you're probably doing too much. So in yoga, less is more. That's the thing I always like to say, or I haven't said it enough, but less is more. So we move to sensation, not pain. So I'd like everyone to get, all of you, us, to get comfortable in our chairs and just leaning back, but not slouching. So you're sitting up straight, but you're back in the chair. Make sure the chair is on a carpet or on some surface that it's not going to slide around. Bring the feet in with the toes pointing straight ahead. So the toes don't point out. You actually bring them in, and so the toes point straight ahead, and the knees are comfortably wide. Okay, they don't need to be hip width. They can be a little wider than hip width, but the toes point straight ahead. So feeling the low back against the back of the chair, and the sits bones on the chair seat, the feet on the floor. Just relax the rest of the hands wherever they're comfortable. And we'll start by just taking a couple of breaths here as we bring our awareness into the space and into the body and into what we're sensing and feeling. So you can come to a soft focus here, or you can close the eyes. Sometimes when people close the eyes, their mind just goes crazy. So for some folks, just finding a spot out there in front of you and coming to that soft, fuzzy focus is a better way to settle the mind. And then bring your awareness to what you feel as you breathe. Just letting the breath flow naturally in and out. And as you're breathing, you're releasing and relaxing down. So the face goes soft, the jaw releases so that you're not clenching your teeth. The chin comes in just a little bit, so the neck is relaxed. And then the shoulders release, the hips and the legs, down through the feet and the toes. Arms are relaxed, hands and fingers. If your mind wanders, just bring your awareness back to the sensations of the breath. Good, then opening up the eyes, Let's everyone take a deep breath in, open the mouth and let it go. And one more deep breath. And sigh it out. Good, all right. So I'm going to bring the chair back to the mat so that you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Come away from the back of the chair, keeping the feet still a little wider than hip width and flat on the floor. Now lift up tall and draw the chin in, draw the shoulders back. Good, all right. So now we're really sitting up tall. Feel the sitting bones. The weight in the chair is really on the sits bones. Now bring the hands out to the side with the fingers pointing down toward the floor, keeping the shoulders back. Yeah, good. Turn the palms up toward the ceiling, and as you inhale, bring the hands up. Let the gaze drift up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, turn the palms out, and bring the hands and arms down. Inhaling, lift the hands, and exhaling. One more time, turn the palms up, and inhale. And if this bothers your shoulders, and exhale. Now I tell you there's another way to do that, and that is, and let's all do that too. So let's all take the hands out in front and up as we inhale. Inhaling, reaching forward. The hands are shoulder width apart and coming up. And then exhaling, turn the palms to the front and bring the hands back down to the knees. And inhaling, fingers reaching as the hands lift. Exhaling, the hands face out, the palms out, and the hands come down. And one more time, lifting and reaching. And exhaling, and the hands come down to the knees. Good, so here we are, hands on our knees, and our fingers are cupping our kneecaps. And now lift up tall, and the arms are almost straight. And now as you exhale, bring the chin down toward the chest and let the low back, or the middle of the back, go toward the back of the chair. And inhaling, lifting back up, keeping the arms kind of straight here. Lift the gaze up to the ceiling. And exhaling, chin comes down toward the chest. And inhaling, lifting the gaze back up to the ceiling. And the last time, exhale, and that rounding toward the back of the chair. And inhaling, let the gaze lift up toward the ceiling. And now bring the hands in and to that upright seat. So inhale here, and as you exhale, let the gaze drift over the right shoulder. So just turn your head over to the right and let the chin drop toward the right shoulder. Inhaling, bring the head up into center, and now turn the head to the left and let the chin drop toward the shoulder. And inhale the head up into center. Exhale, the chin drops toward the chest. Up and out, so don't close off the throat. And then take the chin over toward the right shoulder. And then bring it to center, and the chin moves toward the left shoulder. And to center. And one more time, take the chin to the right. And center, and to the left. And back to center. And inhaling, bring the head back up. All right, good, all right. Take the arms wide, palms facing down toward the floor, and now turn the palms toward the front of the mat, so the palms face forward, and bring the left arm across and take the right hand underneath and bring the right hand to the left shoulder. So you're going to draw your left arm in towards your chest. Just breathe here. Inhaling, take the arms wide. And now the right arm comes across the chest and the left hand under to the right shoulder and just kind of drawing the right arm toward the chest. Inhaling, take the arms wide, reach out through the fingertips, palms down toward the floor, staying strong through the arms here. And then bring the hands together out in front, reaching forward, but keep the shoulders back. Stay tall in the chair as you reach forward. And if this works for your shoulders with the hands together, let the hands drift up toward the ceiling. Turn the gaze straight ahead and then draw the arms back by your ears. And then turn the palms out and exhale the hands and arms down. Good. All right. Let's get rid of my little jacket here. So bring your right elbow up beside your head and then bring the left arm over the top and just gently draw the right elbow back toward the back of the chair. And then release on the right side, bring the left elbow up toward the ceiling and the right hand comes over and just draw that left elbow back. And then release that. Good. Bring the hands behind and you're far enough forward in the chair that you can get your hands between your low back and the back of the chair and squeeze the heels of the hands together. So interlace the fingers and really squeeze those hands together and press the thumbs into the sacrum. Not the upper spine, but the sacrum. Then lift up tall. And as you lift up tall, your shoulders are going to talk to you. So be nice. And breathe. And take the hands over to the right. And the right elbow points toward the back of the chair. And bring the hands to center and over to the left. And now the left elbow draws in toward the center, pointing to the back of the chair. And then bring the hands to center, release. And let's do some shoulder rolls here. So bring the shoulders up to the ears and then take the shoulders forward and down. And then draw the shoulders back and lift them up. And let's add the breath. Exhale as the shoulders lower and inhaling as the shoulders lift. And then take those rolls the other way, bringing the shoulders forward and up, and then drawing them back and down, forward and up, and back and down. One more big circle. And with the shoulders come to the back, just let the shoulder blades come toward the center on the back and down on the back, and just breathe here. So you're moving the chest and the belly toward the front of the mat. Just holding those shoulders back. Keep the neck relaxed by gently moving the head and breathe. And go ahead and release. And all that's doing is keeping these upper back muscles strong so that we don't slouch. So I'm going to move my chair back a little bit, and I'm going to bring my legs out in front. So I'm moving up toward the front edge of the chair, but my sits bones are firmly on the chair. And here's where we need to make sure the chair's not going to slide or go anywhere. So there's a bend in your knees, your toes and the front of your feet are down on the floor. And you've got that bend in the knees. So if you've got short legs, one of the things you can do, and I should have told you this at the beginning, is you can put blocks under your feet or books under your feet. But assuming that you're okay with all that, inhale and lift the heart, and then exhale, and now come forward. But keep a long spine here, so you're pressing the belly toward the toes. Good. Keep the shoulders lifted. Let the gaze be out ahead of your feet. Keep a long neck and a long spine. And when you get to that point, as you're forward here, that you're getting some sensation in the hips and legs, then you're where you need to be. So breathe. Still pressing the belly forward. And now exhaling, let the hands slide down the shins and just let the head release down toward the knees. Still finding sensation in the legs and hips. And now as you exhale, settle just a little bit lower toward the knees. And you feel your belly on the thighs. On your next inhale, let the head come up last. Just gently round up. The hands just come up the legs. Draw the shoulders back, and we'll do this one more time. So take the chest forward, pressing the belly forward as you come over the knees. Take a couple breaths right here. Again, really staying long through the spine. And now exhaling, go ahead and round down, bringing the head down toward the knees. And on your next inhale, round up. And that felt so good. Exhale, we're going to do it one more time. So moving forward, exhaling and releasing down. And as you inhale, gently round up. Good. All right. That's great. So let's come to standing and let's turn the chair around. So the seat of the chair is facing you. We'll come into standing table with the hands flat on the seat of the chair, but if that's not doesn't feel good for your wrists, then you can wrap your fingers around the sides of the chair seat. Bring the feet to hip width. Again, the toes point straight toward the front of the mat. And we'll do a couple of cat-cows here. So as you inhale, gently take the gaze over the back of the chair, belly moves down, and as you exhale, let the head drop toward the chin, toward the chest as you round up gently. And inhaling, let the gaze lift, and as you exhale, you round up. And this doesn't have to be anything gigantic, just gentle movements. Inhaling and exhaling. And one more inhale here and exhale. Now come back to that long spine with the gaze straight down to the chair seat. And step back with the right foot So take that right foot back a little bit and step the left foot a little bit closer to the chair. And now we're in a lunge. So the toes are still pointing toward the top of the mat. And as you straighten the back leg, you feel, well, I believe you're going to feel something in the back of that leg. Bend that left knee toward the chair. And now move the weight into the left foot and lift the right foot off the floor. You can take your hands to the back of the chair, the top of the back of the chair. This is core strength. Just breathe. And if you want, you can extend the right arm into what we call awkward pose. There's balance involved here and strength. One more breath. And exhale. Bring the right hand down, bring the right foot down. And take a breath in table. And step back now with the left foot. And the right foot is a little bit closer to the chair. And again, with a long spine, looking straight down at the seat of the chair, bend that right knee and feel what you feel in the back of the left leg. And now lift the left leg hip height, and you can keep the hands on the seat of the chair, around the sides of the chair, or you can move the hands to the back of the chair, wherever it's comfortable for you. Staying strong. And now if you choose, you can extend the left arm into awkward pose. And yes, there's balance involved. So then bring everything back down. Just move here in chair table. Now step both feet back, not way back there, but back. And then let the head drop down between the arms. So your hips are almost over the heels, but not quite. Take the points of the elbows and draw them down toward the mat. Let the head go between the arms and just gently move the head so the neck stays relaxed. Now, if you choose, you can inhale and you can come forward into chair plank. Just moving those hips down and thinking in terms of a straight line from the top of the head to the heels. And if you want, you can bend the elbows, keeping them in close to the body, and then press back up. And lower a little bit and press back up. And lower a little bit and press back up. And now take those hips back up toward the ceiling or back toward the back of the mat and let the head release between the arms. And good. So now step both feet up toward the chair into that table and take a breath. And now we'll move into triangle. So step the right foot back, bend the left knee, and then turn that right heel in toward the center. So now the right heel is behind the left heel. Toes, right toes pointing to the side at about a 45-degree angle. And then get long, straighten the front leg. You can keep your hand on the seat of the chair, and if you need to move closer to the chair, you can. And then lift the right arm up to the ceiling. So press the bottom ribs toward that front thigh. It's a great posture. There's a lot going on here. And as you inhale, come up, balance here. And now bring the right hand down to the back leg and turn the left palm up toward the ceiling. And reach up to the ceiling. And now come back. The arms stay strong and straight, front to back of the mat. Bend the front knee, and you're in warrior two. Let the gaze look out over that middle finger in that left hand. Pressing down through the outside edge of the back foot, the heel of the right foot. And now bring the right hand up to the ceiling, turn toward the chair, both hands come down to the chair, come up on the back toes, and step your right foot up next to the left foot. And then we're back in table. Take a breath. Now step the left foot back. And you might want to bring the right foot a little closer to the chair. Spin the left heel in and down. Straighten your right leg and then open into triangle to the right. With your right leg straight, almost straight, a little bend in it. And lifting back up, bring the left hand down to the back of the left leg and reach up to the ceiling. And now come into that warrior two, bending that front knee, keeping that front knee out to the right. Don't let it sag in toward the center of the mat. Strong through the arms, again pressing through the back heel. Try and keep the neck relaxed and the face soft. And bring the left hand up to the ceiling, turn toward the chair, hands come down to the seat of the chair, up on those back toes, and then step the left foot up beside the right. Yes. Coming into our chair table. And we'll go into a standing forward fold here before we turn the chair around. So inhale here, get long through the spine, and put a bend in your knees, and the hands can stay on the seat of the chair, or you can take the hands down with fingertips to the floor, bending the knees. So really bend the knees. Let the head just hang. And gently press with the front of the feet. So the weight's in the front of the feet and the pads right behind the toes. And then press those feet into the mat so that the legs or the hips lift up toward the ceiling. But you're still feeling the belly on the thighs. Now really bend the knees. Take the arms wide, get long through the spine, so you really press the belly toward the toes here, and then press into the mat with the feet lifting up. Hands come up toward the ceiling. And exhale into mountain pose. That's great. All right, let's turn the chair around. We'll do a couple more little things and we'll be done. So in our chair, stay tall and you're toward the front of the chair, but you're not, way up there. And then bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg and spiral into a twist to your right. So what we're going to do is bring the right hand behind somewhere on the chair, lift up. And the first thing you're going to feel is your hips are going to turn a little bit, and then your chest and shoulders turn. And the last thing to turn to the right is your head. Staying in the center of the chair. Inhaling, come to center, bring the right hand across to the outside of the left leg, lift up tall, let the shoulders soften, and spiral to the left. And inhaling, come to center. We'll do one more twist to the right. And this time, if you want, you can extend your right arm toward the back of the mat. Let the gaze kind of go in that direction, but don't strain the neck. And inhaling, come to center, and that same twist now to the left, reaching, and coming back to center. Yes, good. All right. So let's settle back into the chair, feeling the back against the back of the chair. Again, the feet on the floor. Rest the hands wherever you'd like. And let's just take a couple of breaths here. Just notice what you feel, what's going on in your body. Again, soften through the face and the neck and the shoulders and the hips down to the toes, shoulders down to the fingers. So open the eyes if the eyes were closed, wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Good. And I'm going to move back over to the front of the screen. So thank you for doing the chair practice today. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. And I'm going to stop the recording.